The Detroit Lions are moving towards becoming a powerhouse NFL franchise. This is what happens when you hit on your draft picks and make savvy free agent acquisitions. I'm looking at you, Matt Newman. The Lions' struggles as an organization need no reminder and no introduction. As a Michigan native and a Lions fan myself, it's been a very painful existence, and I can only imagine how it's felt from those that are older than me who have experienced the same results, but just for longer. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts with these guys. And you know, despite the hype for the 2023 season, there's still some part of me that has the same old Lions type of pessimism. The NFC North does seem wide open, but not really knowing what to truly expect from Jordan Love and the Packers. The Packers always put out a good product, and Justin Fields is on the rise. The experts can be wrong sometimes, and I don't think it's as wide open as it's being made out to be. The Lions are the favorites this season, for certain, but by what margin? Can we expect to be the favorites every single season of this franchise? I'm not sure. Is Jordan Love going to be able to burst onto the scene and be a really good quarterback for that organization? Is he going to be a thorn in our side just like Aaron Rodgers was for so long? And of course, is Justin Fields going to become the next elite mobile quarterback? And ultimately, can we deliver a Super Bowl to Detroit? I believe that we're going to be able to do this with this strong nucleus of players. The issue is keeping them all together when their contracts start to come up. Which guys you're going to have to let go of? Which guys you're going to have to make hard decisions on? You know, the duo of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have done a tremendous job on the rebuild thus far. But the question now is, how high can we go? And are we able to stick this nucleus together and keep them together for the long haul? It's not going to be as easy as people think. We are, in fact, the Detroit Lions organization. It's never as easy as you think it should be. It's definitely going to be a fun one. So buckle up and welcome to the Detroit Lions franchise. All right, everybody, let's get this thing underway. We're going to start in the regular season. So no preseason action here to start our franchise off. We're going to be playing on All-Madden difficulty with 8 minutes. That could change depending on how many yards are being gained from both teams, and of course the scoring as well. So we'll see how all that plays out. It could shift back down to 7, could end up being longer, like 9 minutes. We'll see. Now, guys, we are going to be pretty standard, pretty defaulted out as far as slider sets go. Free agent negotiations, I want that on unlimited. I'd like to be able to go after guys that I want to go after. Yes, you could be restrictive on how many you can go after and whatnot, but no, I don't feel like that's very realistic. We're going to have a 53-man roster, and we will turn off ability editing. I do not want to draft players and then be able to edit their abilities. So whatever they come with out of the box, that's what we're going to have to work with. So that's another added challenge onto this franchise mode. So guys, let's talk about the roster real quick. I love what the Lions are doing with their quarterback room. I have strongly felt like for the last few years that they need a competent backup quarterback to Jared Goff. He's their clear-cut starter. He's a guy that was pretty much labeled as a bridge quarterback for quite some time, but the last 2 seasons, obviously last year being his better year, throwing for over 4,400 yards, single digits in interceptions the last couple of seasons. So he does take care of the football. He is pretty much a game manager, I'd like to say, maybe even a little bit above that, but Bridgewater and Hendon Hooker, I love the QB room for the Lions. Talk about the running backs here. I love what they're doing there too. They've got the pounder with Montgomery, who can also catch the ball out of the backfield, but Jahmyr Gibbs is obviously the guy with a lot more upside, a lot more agility, speed, electricity out there in the backfield. We're going to utilize Jahmyr Gibbs big time in this franchise series. Now, wide receivers, I'm on Ross St. Brown. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong here. 1,100 yards last year, almost getting to 1,000 yards in his rookie season and 100 catches. The guy's legit. Like, for most teams, he's a wide receiver 1. For us, he's wide receiver 1. But on a Super Bowl caliber team, I think St. Brown shades more towards an elite wide receiver 2 option. He's not a guy that's going to stretch the field, but he's sure-handed, works in the short intermediate areas of the field, and he's just a good wide receiver. He's productive. So I can't knock him. He's good. 89 overall, I'm going to take that. Jamison Williams, we got to get him on the field. You know, he's entering bust territory at this point. With the star dev, like, he's able to progress quickly, but we got to get him on the field, start getting that XP, becoming the player that we know that he should be. Sam Laporta in the tight end room, I like what we're doing there. 71 overall, hidden dev. Got to give him the football. I think he will be getting a lot of looks with Jared Goff as a safety valve in this offense. A lot of check downs with Montgomery and Gibbs and the running backs that can catch. So I think Sam Laporta is in for a big year. Could be in the running, honestly. Could be in the running for Rookie of the Year, like legitimately, on offense. Now, offensive line, this is our strength of the team. Tackle spots, Sewell, Decker. Guard spots, I think, are a little questionable. Jonah Jackson is coming on just a little bit, but Vaitai is a question mark. Center with Ragnow, you've got a really good center there locking it down. But O-line is definitely a strength. Another strength is our D-line as far as pass rush goes. You got Hutchinson with 3 picks last season and 9 sacks. It's a very good rookie year. You got the Aquara brothers. You got role players like Kaminsky and Pascal. So I'm good with the pass rush and the ends, but defensive tackle probably needs a rework at some point. I'm good with McNeil. But Ruzarike, kind of a question mark. Got to step up this year. Big year for him in real life. Middle linebacker spots, Jack Campbell's going to lock that thing down for years to come. I'm confident in that one. Outside linebacker spots, I'm good with the right side. Anzalone, you don't know how many years he's got left, so Malcolm Rodriguez is the future. But that left outside linebacker spot, I think that needs a rework. Now, defensive backs, I'm really happy with the secondary, man. You got Brian Branch, you got Gardner Johnson, Mosley came over, Sutton came over. Like this is a huge upgrade from where they were last year. And what's funny about Gardner Johnson, I thought the Lions should have taken him in the draft when he first came out. So it's kind of funny seeing him in Honolulu Blue now. But yeah, defensive backs, I think that's going to be a big time strength for them this season on defense. Now we will end up calling up Antoine Green from the practice squad and move down Chase Lucas to the practice squad because we do need to account for Jameson Williams being out for 6 weeks. The game does not account for him being out 6 weeks from the suspension, but we're going to do that manually just to make this thing realistic. Now with the roster review out of the way, let's talk about some rules. I want to set some groundwork here to make this franchise a little bit more challenging than my Saints franchise had been in last year's Madden. So we will be honoring the Jameson Williams suspension for the first 6 weeks. That's going to keep this thing realistic and make it a little bit more challenging to utilize the weapons that we do have on the team in order to start getting off the season on the right foot. Now, we will be simulating games of teams that are under 500. So if a team is, let's say, 7-8, that game is going to be simulated regardless if it has playoff implications for us or not. So we will be taking a risk there in some situations during the season if we go up against a team that's under 500 and we end up losing. So my expectation is that we should win those games, but we're going to let the CPU handle those games. And really, gameplay is going to be focused on teams that are either at 500 or they're above 500. So really raises the stakes, if you will. Now, the only exception here is going to be for NFC North games. So divisional rivals, we're going to play all the divisional games regardless of that team's record. Playoff games are going to be set to harder sliders, and these are going to be more on the realistic side of things. Right now, this is going to be on All-Madden default for the season, but when we get into the playoffs, if we ever do, my expectation is that we will, but we're going to be using Matt 10's sliders, and I've linked those in the comment section below and in the description if you guys would like to go check that out. They're all over Operation Sports, and they're all over YouTube. He's been a very popular slider creator for the community for some time. So we're going to use Matt 10's realistic sliders for the playoffs. I want the playoffs to feel difficult. I want the Lions in this franchise to have a difficult time winning a playoff game. After all, it's been almost 60 years, okay, since they've won a playoff game. Now, for free agency and off-season targets, we can only sign 3 players with red interest level for in-house negotiations. So a lot of times when players like, let's say, I don't know, Tracy Walker or something that's probably going to be coming up in free agent negotiations, if he's red in interest level, but I feel like I really want that guy, you can't really capture the internal discussions that are happening there between Campbell, Holmes, and the player, right? The Lions front office and the player. Sometimes you can sway a guy, right? In this game, you can't sway a player. You can only offer him more money, and maybe they take it, right? So we're trying to capture those in-house negotiations. So I'm only going to be able to sign 3 guys with red interest level. In free agency, we cannot target any red interest levels whatsoever. You got to go after orange or green at some level. Those are going to be the only guys that we're able to go after. Now for trades, I'm going to offer you guys an opportunity inside my Discord to get sneak peeks. I'm going to ping everybody. You guys will be kind of in the know about some trade offers that are happening in the franchise series. So in Discord, I'm going to ping everyone, and you guys will be able to vote on if you think that this trade is fair or not. Now, for trades, kind of my idea here is if you're going after a 90 overall player, that's worth a first-round pick. 80 overall player, somewhere in the 80 ranges, that's going to be worth a second-round pick. And basically third, fourth, fifth, and onward, those are kind of like the add-on type of pick, where if a deal is not quite getting over the hump, team still wants a little bit more, you can use third, fourth, fifth, and onward at your discretion to kind of push that trade over the top. So really, when you're offering draft pick trades, I think that's a good way to go about it. That way you're not cheesing the CPU, getting a 90 plus overall player for a second rounder and, you know, mid to late round add-ons for future picks and whatnot. So 90 overall first rounders, 80 overall plus second rounders. You guys get the idea. But in Discord, you guys will be able to vote on this. I think that's a good way to get the community involved. Now, I do want to address staff points because those are pretty easy to get, and I don't want to cheese this either because I feel like in gameplay, once you max out your coaches, your team's basically unstoppable. So what I want to do here, focusing on staff points, is they're going to be earned. We're not just going to free-for-all spend once we earn them, once we win them in gameplay or through sim. One upgrade can be spent on one single coach per win. So that's one upgrade per win per coach. Basically, for a win, if we beat the Chiefs in opening kickoff week, we'll be able to use that on our head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, or player personnel. You can't use an upgrade for all coaches. You get to choose one, and you get to choose one upgrade per win. So again, those are just some of the rules that I've got in place here because I do want this to be more challenging than other franchises that I've done in the past. And of course, with that playoff slider set, I think that's definitely going to be more difficult in gameplay to get a W there. All right, guys, with all the housekeeping out of the way, let's get into week 1 action here against the Chiefs underneath the lights for NFL kickoff. Welcome, everyone, to Thursday night football action. Lions, Chiefs. And by the way, if you didn't get the memo, they're playing tonight in real life. Apparently, I didn't get the memo because Lions are wearing all white tonight. I looked at the uniform schedule before I played this game, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, they're wearing the Honolulu blue pants. That's pretty cool. Cool with the red, the Chiefs red, but nope, they're going all white. They're always breaking my heart somehow, man. They're always changing it up on me. Go figure that. All right, so the Chiefs offense is coming out first. The Patrick Mahomes-led Chiefs offense. Let's take a look at his attributes here, his numbers, his ratings. What do we got? 99 overall, ideal decision-making, 84 speed, 98 awareness. Not too many like him, man. He is a unicorn at the quarterback position. He's going to be a tough one, but we do have a fumble on the first play of the game. That's Valdez-Scantling recovering his own fumble. Likely would have been overturned anyway. The ground did cause the fumble, so not a true fumble. We do get a deflection here on pass attempt number 2 for Mahomes. It's 2nd down and 10 here. Hutchinson and that D-line trying to get some pressure, but we can't get to Mahomes. Good job by Kansas City's O-line to protect him. Valdez-Scantling, already a couple catches so far. We know him full well in his days in Green Bay. Here is Pacheco with the rush to the left. It's going to be 2nd and 9, a gain of 1. Pass completed here again to Valdez-Scantling, but a good tackle made by Cameron Sutton. He's going to do a little cut block there, taking out his legs. Pass will be incomplete. Just a little too much traffic there for Kelsey and Valdez-Scantling. But on 4th down and 1, the Chiefs don't respect the Lions. They're going for this thing. Mahomes rolling to his left, and that pass is dropped by Richie James. Jack Campbell looked like he was in coverage. Got the big hit on James, and yes, that is a denial on 4th down and 1. That's going to set up the Lions offense here with Jared Goff, 80 overall player here, 77 awareness. Could do a little bit better at the quarterback position, I feel like, in maybe future seasons, but as of right now, Goff is just fine. A couple rushes here for David Montgomery, one to the right, one to the left, and he's going to pick up a big first down there. Good chunk of change for Montgomery on the ground. First pass attempt here for Goff and the Lions. It's going to be completed here to St. Brown on a drag route. It's going to get a bunch of yardage right there. So Goff, 1 of 1. Big time first down for Detroit. We're up past the 50 here. 2nd and 7. Laporta with a nice catch up the middle, and he's going to actually get hit in the back and pushed past the first down marker. The 3rd down and 10 at the 37. Goff and the Lions offense looking for a big conversion here. We're going to call Raymond down on a drag, and Laporta is going to be wide open. It's a perfectly drawn up play, but we're going to lose Laporta for at least the next couple of plays. He's going to have to come out of the game here. He is hurt. So 1st and 10 here from the 12. We're going to rush to the right side. That is David Montgomery going to pick up a good chunk of change. Down to the 5. 2nd and 2 situation for Detroit. We're going to call on Jahmyr Gibbs. His first NFL handoff. He's going to go backwards. Dang it. Chris Jones going to push us backwards. We will get more positive yardage here. It's now 3rd down and 6 at the 11. Moving St. Brown in motion there to the right. He's got a slant being called. Goff going to find Brock Wright. Going to pick up the first down, but just barely. So at the 2, 1st and goal. Handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to get a positive gain there. But, again, can't get him his first NFL touchdown. Here's a little toss play to David Montgomery. Had some good blocking out there, but just not enough shifty moves from David Montgomery to get into the end zone, I guess. 3rd and goal from the 2. We're going to throw it. Goff's going to go down. A sack by Willie Gay. Well, that's unfortunate. 4th and goal. We'll kick it up. Riley Patterson is good. Little chip shot field goal, and the Lions will take the lead. 3-0. Let's go to the Chiefs' next possession here. 3rd down and 6. Mahomes looking for Kelsey by the looks of it, but good coverage there by Gardner Johnson. And McNeil comes in, causes the incompletion. So 3rd down and 9. Big situation here for the Lions. Looks like we got Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's going to get hit hard. And he's going to drop the football. That would have been a big conversion for us. Let's get to the Chiefs' next possession here. 3rd down and 1. Pass incomplete. Out there to Pacheco. Been checking at wideout and just drops the football. Just flat out dropped it. 3rd and 1 here. We have not called a play-action play yet in this football game. It would be a perfect opportunity to do it. We do have the linebacker coming in, but the DBs at the 2nd level were there for it. They completely read that and pointing at the helmet like, yeah, we know what's up. 4th down and 1, though. In our own territory, this is something that Dan Campbell would do in Ben Johnson. You got to leave Ben Johnson in the conversation there. They're going to be super aggressive, and David Montgomery pushing towards the line to gain. We're not going to get there. Chris Jones comes up with the tackle, and the 4th down conversion is no good. Here's a pass, incomplete, looking for Kelsey towards the end zone. Good coverage yet again by Gardner Johnson. 3rd down and 6 for Mahomes and the Chiefs. That pass is completed to Kelsey. Got to stop him, boys. Going to get down to about the 4-yard line. So the Chiefs are threatening as if they're going to score their first touchdown. Actually, the first touchdown of the entire game as the 2nd quarter. We're about midway through. 5 minutes left, guys. Good stop again by Detroit here on 1st and goal. 2nd and goal, we got a man in motion. Handoff there to Pacheco. Driving to the end zone. He's going to get stopped at about the 1-yard line. Got to watch out for the QB sneak here from Mahomes. He's going to hand it off to the fullback, and we're there. What a great play by Detroit. We stop him. That is Romeo Okwara with the tackle, and they're going to have to settle for the field goal. So they do not attempt to go for this at 4th and 1 like they did on their first drive. So maybe they learned their lesson a little bit. Lions coming to play, man. Coming to play. 3-3 game here. 2nd quarter here still. Jahmyr Gibbs going to get his first positive gain of the ball game. Goff going to fire out here to Jahmyr Gibbs. Finally get his first NFL catch, and it looks like it's a good one. Perfectly drawn up play call. Good throw, too. Another good throw here to Mitchell. Making the catch. We got about 55 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Driving, looking for our first touchdown. Here is a pass to the pylon. Out of bounds, just out of reach for Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's going to lead to 3rd down and 10. Here's Goff with the pass completed to St. Brown. We got to find him a little bit more. Just get him more involved, get him more into the game plan here. So 1st down and goal. We're going no huddle. Still got 2 timeouts left. 30 seconds. Goff trying to audible. He can't. Too loud there in Arrowhead. He's actually going to take off and run with it himself. He dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Jared Goff. Lions take the lead towards the end of the 2nd quarter with that touchdown, with that QB scramble. So Goff's got a little bit of sneaky speed out there. Almost, I wouldn't say faster than Daniel Jones, but in this game, he does have some sneaky speed. Not a mobile guy by any means, but you can run with him. And that looked pretty. That looked really, really nice. Now we do get a turnover here. The Chiefs with about 15 seconds left in the second quarter. They do have 2 timeouts. They were just trying to keep being aggressive and get down the field, get a tying score, maybe at least a field goal. But Kelsey with the dive. Will Harris comes through with the pick. Unbelievable. So Goff takes a sack. That's unfortunate. And with about 6 seconds left, we're going to call on the field goal unit. That's a long field goal attempt for Riley Patterson, but he's able just to sneak it on through for a field goal. So the Lions will turn that INT into points, and we're now up by 10. And why do I show you guys this? It's a squib kick. You'd think with 3 seconds, this thing would be over, but Richie James fields it on a hop. He's got blocking out in front, and he is gone. Josh Reynolds can't even catch him, and the Chiefs will get a cheapy touchdown. That's unreal. So 2 field goals for Detroit. That 1 touchdown, we had to earn it. And then the Chiefs just come in here and just basically negate it. So it is a 3-point ball game going into the second half. 13-10 is your score. I feel like we've dominated this game so far. I really do. I really do. Up until this point. Second half, here we go. Third quarter, and Trent McDuffie comes through with an INT. That's just not a ball that you have to throw. You can't make that throw. And that's the first mistake that Goff has made today, outside of missing a couple open receivers like St. Brown in the pylon. But this one, we were facing a little pressure. You had to get rid of it. You could have gone up the middle, but I was really hoping that cornerback was gonna follow Khalif Raymond, and he didn't. So, thus the INT. Go figure that. Touchdown here. That's Kadarius Toney. So the Chiefs now taking the lead here, 17-13. Let's see if the Lions can have a response here. This is a rush to the left. That's David Montgomery. Got good blocking in front. St. Brown with a little chip block, and Montgomery is gone. Touchdown, Lions. Forward down the field. Baby, let's go. We'll take the lead back. Thank you very much. I think I might take some of those dance moves from David Montgomery. Look pretty good, actually. But the blocking actually is what sprung Montgomery loose there on the stretch play. Love that. Dan Campbell loves it too. Lions with the lead here late in the third quarter. 3rd down and 5. Pass will be incomplete. Looking for Travis Kelce, but Gardner Johnson able to knock the ball loose. And the Chiefs will settle for a field goal, which is up and good right down the middle. So a tie ball game here, 20-20. Entering the fourth quarter, 2nd and 5. Little play action to Gibbs. That pass is going to be caught by Marvin Jones Jr. And we're up to the 19-yard line. We're technically in the red zone now, guys. 3rd down and 3 situation for Detroit, though. Got to pick this thing up. Can't settle for field goals now. Goff, pass, should have been completed. Montgomery didn't turn his head, and that's going to lead to 4th down and 3. Patterson is going to kick this up and good. We'll take the lead. I think in real life, maybe Dan Campbell in the offense might have gone for that. Might have been really aggressive there on that call. 4th and 3. You know you need touchdowns against Mahomes, but I can't pass a lead up. So 23-20. 3rd and 10 after Mahomes misses a open receiver. Going to throw into coverage. Jack Campbell, I think, could have possibly picked that off had he made an effort. But it's going to lead to 3 points. Oh, we could have had a block on that play. Oh my goodness, just came so close. That would have changed the direction of this football game. I feel it. Goff in a tie ball game here. 2nd down and 18 after this sack. That's unfortunate. You can't move backwards here. Late 4th quarter. We're also going to lose Taylor Decker, apparently, on a crucial drive for Detroit. 2nd and 18. Goff passing to Brock Wright. Just out of reach. Made a heck of an effort, did Brock Wright, but just out of reach. Couldn't make the grab. 3rd down and 18. We need a miracle. Goff pump fakes. He's got pressure on him. Pass will be incomplete. Literally nobody open. Next best receiver was right there. Tried to make something happen, and to no such luck. So let's go with the Chiefs next possession here. 3 minutes and 20 after this catch with Valdez-Scantling. 2nd and 7. Pacheco. Going to get hit hard. It's going to get to 3rd down and inches. Now we're in some territory where timeouts need to be called, or you just let them score. Because a field goal and grinding the clock down wins them the game. This might have been one you wanted to let him go. We still do have our 3 timeouts that we can burn. I don't know why it says 2-minute warning. We called the timeout, clearly. Minute 13, Pacheco got wide open spaces. Possibly could have let him go there. We didn't. Gonna call a timeout. 2nd down and inches with 1 timeout left to go. I think we probably should have let him score, because Pacheco will pick up the 1st down, maybe looking for a possible fumble here too. That's a possibility, but with 30 seconds now, guys, Chiefs offense, letting that clock just grind on down. I'm actually right there. I'm trying to let him score. He's close enough now. You just got to let him get into the end zone, but we actually got pushed into Pacheco and thus made the tackle. Unfortunate luck right there. So 2nd and 5, kick will be good. Chiefs will take the lead here, 26-23, but with 8 seconds left on the clock, we still do have a chance. Khalif Raymond, a good returner here. He's actually got a lane. He can go. He gets caught from the side. Unbelievable, man. We had it. Khalif made some good reads, made some good moves. It was there. The Chiefs just made good tackling. Unbelievable. So 3 seconds left, guys. I don't like this play call here, but I also don't like Hail Marys either. I never can convert those. I do like the route here for St. Brown. He was open on it earlier in the game. Not open here. Desperation throw, picked off, and Kansas City will take it all the way back. To add insult to injury, the fact that we lost the game. They're not going to go down. No sportsmanship at all. Just sticking it to us here. 32-23 will be your final score. So, of course, anybody that was playing the odds here, betting on this game, I don't know what the spread is, but a 9-point spread here probably could have cost him some money. This would definitely be on Scott Van Pelt's bad beats, for sure. Like Detroit coming out with a 2 tight end set, throwing an INT towards the sidelines, pick 6. Yeah, so there's some bad beats there, guys. But Mahomes, I thought we did a pretty decent job shutting him down. Goff, 56%. Could have been a lot better there, but, you know, the 2 picks. He really only had 1 pick. I don't count the Hail Mary stuff at the end of the game, desperation throws. But I think the one big takeaway here for us is that defensively, that's a job. We did a really good job defensively. I think you could question some play calling. I think you could question some of the strategy going into this game. Jahmyr Gibbs just didn't really get that involved. We got to get him more involved in the offense. But I'm impressed with our defense. I like the way that we were able to run the football, David Montgomery. Offensively, we're really missing J-Mo. I think we need that extra guy to stretch the field a little bit. Like, let these other receivers work underneath J-Mo's routes. But next time I see you guys, we're going to get into some scouting and our homestand against the Seahawks and the Falcons. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, thank you for watching, and peace.